Hey, everybody.
Sex, Drugs, and Opera.
Jared Ice and Michael Pegger here with Sex, Drugs, and Opera. This is your podcast for April 6th, 2019. How the fuck are you doing? Huh?
Doing all right. You want to jump into these questions or get the beer first, or what's going on?
Get the beer.
It's right here.
So,
Right under that. Can I tell you a joke while we're
okay.
doing this, right?
Okay. Mike's starting off with a funny.
So,
Okay,
plane.
I can take this already? Okay.
Yeah. So a plane takes off and it's a bit bumpy, right? They got to really keep control of this plane. And they get up there, and when they're above the clouds and everything calms down, the pilot gets on the loudspeaker, and he gives the typical pilot, we're cruising at something 1,000 feet. Whenever he's done with that, he hangs up the little microphone thing that he's speaking into, and he hangs it up on the wall, turns to his co-pilot and said, whew, that was rough. Now all I need is a blowjob and a coffee. But he forgot to hang it up correctly, and that echoed throughout the whole cabin. Mm-hmm. Of course, panicked of what he might say, one of the stewardesses runs up to go tell him, and there's one passenger who says, "Hey, don't forget the coffee."
Oh, I think I've heard that before. That's an old joke.
I heard it today, and I'm like, that's pretty clever.
Don't forget the coffee. Yeah, that's classic, man. That's classic.
Steamworks Craft Lager.
70s humor.
If you guys were listening to the last question podcast, this is a 4-pack, a variety pack of this Steamworks.
Yeah. Yes. Oh, that's good. I like that. We're doing another question podcast today. We're filming this one in advance because by the time you listen to this, there'll be an ocean between Mike and I.
Yep.
I'm going back to the States to do some stuff.
Don't make me cry.
We're going to record this one in advance. We're doing another questions one, but then I'll be back and we'll be hitting it hard.
Because we don't forget about you guys.
We don't forget about you. We're not going to do some bullshit. We're not going to skip a week. We're not going to do that telephone stuff.
You're writing
do it
us, you're writing us, and we wanna get to your questions or your comments, your thoughts, your feelings. We want you to be able to express yourself.
So Mike and I just spent the morning, most of the morning, recording some stuff for our next live event, which is taking a long time to release the first thing. So hopefully by the time this comes out, you will have seen content from both, I'm hoping.
From the Sex, Drugs, and Opera live at the opera event.
Yeah, if you don't know what that is, we're trying to do this thing where we go to an opera and kind of like give an inside scoop of what's going on there. And
trying, succeeding, dude.
Well, we're doing it, but we're learning how, I should say. We're learning how to do it. So Mike and I recorded this skit this morning, and that stuff takes a long time to do, you know? It takes a lot of planning. Set up cameras, all that.
Yes, it does.
You know, Mike and I getting all bubbly. It's crazy.
Don't give them too much.
All right. There's some partial nudity. Ooh. All right, so let's just jump right in, shall we? Okay. So on the last one, the last questions one, we plugged this beer opera going on.
Oh, yeah.
And it's rumored that they might send us some beer, but we'll see.
Rumored? You talk to them.
Yeah, but you know how the opera business is, man.
Yeah, I know, but I
people say one thing and then, but I don't know.
I believe in them.
I don't.
I believe in them to give us beer.
Dude,
That's what I want.
I had a contract once, and I want to call these people out, but I won't do it. But I had a contract to do a show once, and 2 weeks before the show, they pulled the whole fucking thing. Right? They were like, "No, we're not doing it." You know, after I had a hotel, I had like everything. My family had bought plane tickets to go see it. Like I had invested a lot of money. At the last second, they were just like, "No, we're not going to do it. Fuck you." Right? And that shit happens. And so when people tell me things like, "Hey, we're going to do it. I promise." Until the money's in my fucking hand.
I'll tell you something.
I don't believe anybody.
I'll tell you something. If these beers don't come through, that's going to be an even more tragic story in my mind.
Yeah.
I'm so excited. I was so excited. I was tickled pink about that opera last time.
Yeah, Mike was tickled fucking pink. All right, so
Pinky.
Anyway, the point is we plugged we Jesus Christ. We plugged that one last time, and so this time I want to start off with another plug. A woman wrote me a long fucking time ago, and I feel bad that I never brought it up, but she is from Portland. I think, if I remember correctly, she sings with like the Portland Opera out there, and she also runs the Opera on Tap chapter out there. And they did a show, or they're doing a show. I guess it's a long-running show, and it's about a stripper, right? It's a stripper opera, which is good. If you're in Portland, go check out this stripper opera. And then also over Christmas, they did a Seinfeld, like, what's the holiday in Seinfeld called?
It's called Festivus.
Yeah, they did a Festivus theme thing.
Festivus.
So if you're out there in Portland, there's a stripper opera going on. Opera on Tap is everywhere, man. We were talking about that just the other day.
Yep.
Right?
In Germany, everywhere.
Oh, here it is. I found it. Okay. Viva's Holiday is a one-act opera based on the memoirs of a local stripper, spokesperson, and writer, Viva Las Vegas, a lyrical story about a young woman on an unconventional path, testing the limits of family acceptance during a holiday visit. The opera runs 50 minutes and is written for 4 singers and an orchestra. So yes.
What is she doing? Stripping for the family or something?
There's some stripper shit going on there. So Viva's Holiday, if you're in Portland.
They say, what are you doing? She's like, I'm a stripper now. And
I'm a stripper.
that one dirty uncle's like, prove it.
Fucking prove it. Yeah, man. So go check that out if you're in Portland. And like I said on the last one, the last question was, if you got some interesting stuff, I want to start doing that. I want to start telling people interesting stuff that's going on. There's some crazy shit going on out there, and it just doesn't get promoted.
Hey, yeah, you know what? I'm happy to devote a little bit of time to that at the beginning. If you're doing something, fucking send it. We'll plug it for you. We got listeners now, so we'll tell them what to do and where to go.
Well, for some reason, these types of shows, they don't get put out on like websites or Opera News or that type of stuff. It's like always the same shit. Like I eat at the Met, I eat at fucking LA Opera, I eat at Royal. It's like the same goddamn stuff. And it's like, yes, the singers are great, the costumes are great, that's a great show, but is there a major outlet for people covering like just like experimental shit? You know, 50-minute stripper opera, right? It's a good length. Okay.
You know what we should do? We should do something like, if you want to plug, buy us a coffee, because we have somebody who bought us bought us 3 coffees.
Oh, that's true. We could do that. Yeah, on our website, if you don't want to commit to the monthly Patreon thing yet, because you're a fucking, then buy us a coffee. You can make a one-time donation of like a couple bucks.
And this guy made a one-time donation 3 times.
Yeah,
I like it.
Yes, you can do it. So I don't know. We'll do that. So anyway, go see the stripper opera. All right, let's get into these questions here. You ready, Mike?
Born ready, baby.
Every time I pull my phone up, it makes that like beep 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 sound. You know.
I wonder if they can hear it.
Can you hear that at home?
If you can hear it, it's going.
Subject: grad school in Germany.
Okay.
Hey guys, love your podcast.
Is that really what they sound like in your head? You fucking idiot.
Yeah, I don't know.
Hey guys.
Hey guys. That's kind of what it sounds like to me. Love your podcast. I'm new to the SEO fan club. I started listening from the beginning of last year's podcasts.
Wow.
Anyway, I've listened to you guys talk about how schooling is free in Germany. I'm an American mezzo looking to get my master's. Is there housing included in the schooling? Are we allowed to work while in school there? Do we need a work visa? Basically, what are the hoops we have to go through to do grad school in Germany? I'll tell you right off the bat, there is no housing. That's not that's an American thing.
Yeah,
housing being part of your school thing is it's free because there's no extra perks.
Exactly. So
there's no gym, there's no fucking apartment.
Right. But you're not paying anything for school. So okay, whatever you want, you can go get. You know, you find a WG, a Wohngemeinschaft is what they call it.
A shared living situation.
What do you say?
It's a shared living situation.
You get roommates, right? Yeah, shared living. But isn't there a word in English for it?
People don't really do that. In Germany, they'll do a thing where you basically are renting a room. You know, like you're not on the apartment contract, but you rent a room. And there's different types of these shared living situations. It's like some are students, some are professionals, where like you never see each other, you don't talk. Some they really expect you to like cook in the kitchen. I've done a lot of them.
I know a guy that
you did one.
What did I?
Yeah, the guy that was always baking bread.
What the fuck are you talking about?
In Mainz, I slept on your floor. We watched South Park from 2 different cell phones. Remember that? The same episode?
Yeah.
So we could enjoy it together?
I remember. That was fucked up.
He was always making vegan bread.
He was enormous.
He was an enormous
This
vegan.
guy is
The
like
biggest vegan I've ever seen.
2.5 meters tall.
Yeah. That's like 7 feet tall.
At least. I mean, he was enormous.
And
he would just come out, would you like some vegan bread? And I'm like, okay, if that's all you got.
Well, that was a VG. I guess you lived in a VG too.
Well, no, that was just an apartment that I got a room from them. But they have, VGs are more like there are like 5 people in there.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're getting off topic. The reason that college doesn't cost so fucking much is that it's not like a big building program. You go to America and you have a campus where you can walk for 45 minutes from one end to the other and not make it, you know? Mm-hmm. And here, colleges are much more integrated into the city.
Yeah,
so you have this situation where you have your life and then you go to the building that you need to go to, which I like both.
Well, a couple things.
I like both.
A couple things. I lived in a VG in Oldenburg, and I lived with a bunch of students, so I kind of really got to know that life, even though I didn't do university. The thing Mike's saying about the buildings is completely true, because in American colleges, your first 2 year, you have to do what's called gen ed, right? At least if you go to a state school. I don't know.
Or a liberal arts school, yeah.
I don't know if you go to a conservatory, it's like that. But like when I did my first bachelor's in music, I was taking like fucking geology and learning about tornadoes and like all this shit at the same time I was learning music, right?
Geology and tornadoes.
Yeah, those are two different subjects, but I studied them both.
I went to study rocks and
rocks and tornadoes. I don't know what the well, I got my master's at the University of Washington, which was a big football school, and there was this class called Rocks and Jocks, and it was a geology class that was really easy. So all the football players were in there.
Are you serious?
Yeah, and I took that one.
Let's not get onto this fucking subject.
Okay, anyway. So the gen ed thing's not a thing. So you have you would go to a Musikhochschule in Germany. You would go to just a building for music. So it'd be like the music building at a campus, except that's the whole fucking school. Dormitories? No, there's no dormitories. And are you allowed to work? Yes, you're allowed to get what's called a mini job, which is up to 450 euros a week. As a student. The WG in a city like Frankfurt.
Wait. It should be said. Sorry, the 450 euro job, right? Mm-hmm. That also includes. Does that do the health insurance also?
I think so.
Okay, so that has something to do with health.
Well, I think through the school maybe you.
Yeah, through the school you get the health insurance. When you're at a school, you have public transportation for free. I'm pretty sure because you're a student, which is great.
Yeah, they give you a ticket for like the whole state.
Yeah, like so if you're in Hessen, right, then you can go all throughout Hessen.
Right.
And you don't pay taxes on that 450. You could get a different job, but then it's a whole other deal.
And the visa stuff's then complicated. But as a student, as an American, to come to Germany, if you are a member of the school, then the visa is no problem. The visa is pretty easy. Yeah. And then once you have the visa, adding the mini job on top for 450 is pretty easy.
Right.
If you live in a WG in a big city like Frankfurt, you can easily find one that's really nice for like 300, like private bathroom in your room and stuff. 300 to 400, you can find a room. In Oldenburg, God, I think I paid like 140. Like I paid nothing. So 450 is plenty. And groceries are so cheap in Germany compared to the States. That's what surprises me. Every time I go back to the States, it's so fucking expensive to go grocery shopping.
I mean, you would expect, well, so I recently looked at this, right? There's a website where you can compare all the essentials of life, right? There are some things that are less expensive in America, but some things that are wildly more expensive.
Yeah.
So, it's a give and take.
But depending, I mean, it also, of course, how possible it's going to be matters on the debt you're bringing over here, but also how resourceful you are. As far as do you need a work visa? No, but there's so many different visas in Germany. There's an artist visa. It's called. You have to prove that you're pursuing work as an artist or have worked as an artist, and I think you have to have like 10,000 in your bank account, or that's how it used to be, at least for that one. Student visa is easy. If you get a job, a side job is like an English teacher. That's really easy. You can work 2 hours a week to 60 hours a week, and you can really control how much money you make. A lot of people do that while going to school at the same time.
Right.
You don't need as much money here, but no, all the extra perks, the food, the housing, the transportation, you got to do that on your own. That's what makes it so cheap. German colleges are not big glass buildings with really nice performance halls. Some of them are nice.
Yeah, I mean,
but it's not like when I went to the UW and there was a fucking our gym was like 6 fucking floors.
Yeah, no, you're not doing that. You can. They have a place called Fitness First here. You just get yourself a fucking membership, and then you've got everything you need.
You're just paying for the training.
I had a
wave
pool.
You're getting the training.
I had a fucking wave pool at the University of Cincinnati. I mean, that place was
need that, man.
Absolutely enormous.
How can they expect you to fucking learn without
Miami University
waves?
of Ohio also. The campus was enormous. I just was there last year again to visit. Huge, beautiful campus. Nothing like that exists here.
No.
Nothing.
No.
Both have their Vorteile, Nachteile, advantages and disadvantages, right? And that's I think it's a huge advantage to not pay anything.
No. Yeah, so it's all about what you want. I mean, some people, they go to college for the experience, and you're not going to have that, like, fucking party experience here, You
can just party, but that's the thing. You just go out to a fucking bar.
Yeah, but bar. I mean, I have to admit, the experiences I had in college, you couldn't have as a student here. They don't exist.
You can live without them, too.
Yeah. I mean, so it's what's important to you. It's what you're paying for. But basically, to sum this question up, you asked what hoops do you have to get through to go to grad school in Germany? There's not a lot, You can study a lot of places in English, or do a mix of like English and German. There's a lot of foreigners here, but just start the process. I'm flying to New York, or I guess by the time this airs, I will have flown to New York. I think my ticket there was like $400 or less. If you buy early, I mean,
not there and back.
No, just there. But I'm just saying, you could easily come to Germany, knock out a round of grad school auditions, and fly back for under $2,000 easily. with trains and hostels if you plan it well.
Right.
And it's not like agent auditions or opera houses auditions, which are usually last minute. You can really well plan a grad school audition tour here.
Right.
And there's one in every city. Go for the Musikhochschule, and there's one in Frankfurt, Stuttgart. And if you can't understand the website, get on Skype, call them. They speak English in the big cities.
Right.
Find out what you want to know. And also Facebook groups, man. There's Facebook groups for everything these days.
everything.
Find a fucking Facebook group that's like Musikhochschule Frankfurt, and then go fucking talk to them. Or if you got a more specific question, write us in. Plus, something I want to get started on this show, which we've had a couple times, is I take the pressure off Mike and I. You guys write in your experiences. If you're listening to this and you went to grad school in Germany, will you fucking write exactly what that is?
Seriously.
Because Mike and I hear a lot about it, but neither of us did it.
Right. That's a good point.
So like last week we had some last questions when we had some questions we talked about. If you have a better answer, write in. I would prefer to read listeners' answers for listeners' questions than
I agree.
me and Mike doing that.
I absolutely agree.
Moving on.
Sing it.
Oh, okay.
Thank you for your question.
I'm just reading these. Usually I read these in advance, but let's see. Sex, drugs, and winky emoji. Okay.
Okay.
I can't get enough of this podcast. It is everything.
Nice.
Thank you. The phone's doing the beep beep here. I gotta check and make sure it's not fucking up.
It's not fucking up. Keep going.
Okay. Yeah, Mike and I are still in the new space. It sounds a little bit less boomy this time.
Yeah, we have the carpet underneath us now. Once we get this wall up,
We're gonna build a
put the
wall
sound
to
stuff up, then we'll
separate
be
the
good.
two. Got a couch. That couch was a bitch to get, dude.
It's nice though.
We got this big L couch. Like you can sleep in it, you can store stuff, but
Can't sleep in it.
Well, you can sleep on it if you pull out the
Actually, that one little
Sleep function.
cubby underneath there that you can lift up, I'm small enough. I might be able to sleep in there.
like that the drug box. No, getting that couch was a
Yes,
fucking
put that on
adventure in
here.
itself. This dude was so aggressive. Get that fucking couch out of here, but don't damage the walls. It's like, what do you want, man? All right. I have one minor thing. I'm a tenor. My wife is a timpanist. Okay? She knows how to beat the drum. I tell her all the time how hilarious the podcast is, but as an orchestra member, she doesn't always relate fully. Yeah, of course. It's no secret the orchestra, at least in America, comes in, and as soon as the last note hits, they scramble to leave faster than roaches with the fucking lights on. If I may be so bold, might I suggest the specialty episode with an instrumentalist or conductor guest? You could call it Sex, Drugs, and Orchestra. Hit it and quit it. That's a good title.
Be bold. Be so bold. Suggest it. I like it.
I like it. It's a good idea. And I actually was thinking about this morning. Mike and I are going to try to get some singers from different genres on this show. But of course, conductors will get one on here. I was thinking instrumentalists, orchestra members, but also like, I want to get like a fucking rock musician on here, I want to get a fucking DJ on here. Comedians. Like Mike and I would like to keep it to entertainment. Though
Bill
we did
Burr,
get an
please
email.
Please come on the podcast, Bill Burr.
Next time you're in Frankfurt.
He was here, for God's sake.
Sex therapist on the podcast, this type of stuff.
Yeah?
Weird. I mean, anything having to do with sex, drugs, or entertainment on the podcast.
It doesn't have to do with any of those things. I don't care. If it's an interesting person, I'd love to have him on the podcast.
Yeah, that's true.
Elon Musk, come on the podcast.
No, so to this person, we totally get it. I mean, Mike and I struggle because it's like we like opera, but we don't want to be so niche that this doesn't relate to anybody. But also at the same time, we try not to get too preachy,
Try.
We try not to. The last question was a bit preachy, and maybe this one is. We try not to, but it's hard. It's hard to be informative, but not fucking a preachy dick. You know? But no, conductors, yeah. And like I said again, like
I want to get. You got to get low brass people. Low brass.
Yeah, they're fucking
in
crazy.
College, they were always the ones that were throwing the parties that you wanted to go to. Fucking trombonists.
they had all the blow, man.
Fucking tuba players.
Yeah,
These are the guys.
they're crazy.
I don't mean guys as in men. I mean just these are the people.
Yeah.
Everybody was fucking crazy.
Yeah. So if you also, again, if you are a conductor or you are a composer or something and you live in the Frankfurt area, then write us if you want to be on the show, or if you know of somebody. Mike and I, we can't do a lot of work finding these people. But if someone's in the area in Frankfurt, you want to come on the show, or you know someone that'd be good for our show, then do it. But please know the vibe of our podcast.
Right.
We get a lot of emails and people are like, I was just wondering if perhaps I could come to your podcast and share my experiences with like people that are just not even close.
We just like yeah.
We don't want to have someone in this room and fucking shock the hell out of them. You know what I mean?
Or be like, so what you do yesterday? Well, I went to the store and cricket. cricket. Why do they? It doesn't have to be a British person to be boring. I know people who knock my British people who knock my socks off. But it kind of works out that way when you.
Mike and I don't have a lot of characters, and half of them seem to be British. I don't know.
My gooseberries. You remember my gooseberry character
how could I
from
forget?
John Brancy?
All right, look. So tell your wife that we're gonna be working on getting some conductors and stuff on here. We've already talked to some.
Timpanists also know how to party.
Yeah,
Timpanists know how to do it.
Yeah, anyone that's got time to like pass notes and plan during a performance, they fucking they know where the parties are. You know. All right, moving on. Hit it and quit it. Okay, good.
Hit it and quit it. I like it.
Yo, thanks for writing in, man. We appreciate suggestions too. Sometimes we get suggestions on segments and stuff we can do, and they're often very good.
I was just thinking today we need to do another STA University.
Yeah, I know.
Got to get it out there. I like that segment.
Okay, here we go. Vocal preservation in the cold.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Francis. I'm a young soprano. I don't know if I should be saying where these people are from.
Okay.
I'm not gonna say where you're from. I'm sorry. I don't want like people to like know. You know.
Francis. She's obviously from Assisi.
Your name's Francis. There's probably enough sopranos named Francis. But I'm not gonna say where you're from. Okay, we've been having some really unusual cold weather these last few weeks. Temperatures below freezing, over a foot of snow. Kind of weather we don't usually have here. I know the cold can be detrimental to vocal health, and I'm concerned about keeping my voice in good shape. What do you typically do to keep your voice healthy when the weather is colder than normal?
Well, the biggest problem is not necessarily the cold when it's cold. It's the heating. It's the indoor heating. So especially if you have central air heating, that's the inside of your house can get pretty dry pretty quickly, and that's the what I feel to be the dangerous part. But we're not fucking doctors. I just mean that's would notice myself drying out a bit.
Yeah. From experience, I think it's more than anything. It's the differences. You know, like if it's really cold inside and really cold outside, then you're not gonna have some sort of shocking experience. You know, to your body. Mm-hmm. But yeah, you're right. When you're cranking up the heat inside and it's cold outside, then one, the heat inside's drying your shit out. But two, you walk outside, it's like jumping into a cold swimming pool. What does that do to your fucking muscles?
By the way, your nose is intent. It's theorized that part of your nose's function is to warm air before it goes into your lungs.
Yeah,
well, it warms it slightly. So, and it does it in a way that your mouth doesn't do. So, if you're outside in the cold and you breathe through your nose, you'll have warmer air going past your vocal cords than if you breathe through your mouth.
The classic advice is you cover your face and nose and breathe through your nose.
Classic advice.
And it's good advice. You put a scarf over your mouth and nose, you breathe through your nose. It's already going to make a big difference.
Your scarf will get all nasty with mouth moisture.
Yeah, you got to have a couple scarves. You got to invest in a couple scarves so you can wash them. But if you're inside, I don't know. Have you ever fucked with a humidifier?
Yes.
You gotta be careful with humidifiers because if you get too into it, you're gonna make your walls all fucking moldy.
I almost made a joke about actually fucking with a humidifier or fucking a humidifier.
That's a different. We can go down that road, but that's
the kinky sex podcast. We haven't gotten to that one.
We better because
gotta happen.
People marrying and fucking robots is in the future.
That's happening. People.
And if you don't think it is, then you don't know shit about robotics.
Seriously, they are making advancements.
Yeah.
And quickly.
Anyway, so cover your nose and mouth when you go outside. If you're inside, I don't use a humidifier. In Germany, they have these radiators on the wall, and I would just set a bowl of water on that, and it's enough.
Yeah, people do that. They make these things that like hang over the edge.
And really, I mean, like when I don't do it, I wake up in the morning, I'm like, oh my, you know, my voice is wrecked. But when I do that, it's fine. I feel good. And honestly, when I do this, when I go outside and I know it's going to be cold, I lip trill it up before I go out. You know?
Why?
I feel like if I warm shit up and then I breathe through my nose, it's not like my voice is half warm then getting blasted. I do the same thing when I run. It's not just my voice. If it's cold outside, if it's warm outside, I'll just like stretch and then just run.
I can't fucking run outside when it's cold.
But it's easier if you warm up your body before you go outside. Like do a little bit of jump rope inside or something. Like just get the body warm, then you hit that cold air. Somehow I feel like it's easier for my body to stay warm. What are you doing?
You're gonna have to find somebody who gives a fuck about working out to talk about
That's
this.
not about working. That's Mike. How can
I know.
you?
I'm just kidding. I'm just
No,
kidding.
no, fuck you. You brought it up. How can you not draw the correlation from me talking about my leg muscles to the vocal folds, which are also muscles?
No, it's of course good. I just mean that I can't go outside when it's like I can't go running outside. But my voice, like I feel like my lungs are gonna explode when I do that.
Yeah. And so do I. But when I warmed up, then I didn't have the itchy legs, I didn't have the burning lungs, and my legs never got cold.
All
and
right,
the point
all right,
is,
calm the
with
fuck
my
down.
the point
Jesus.
is with my voice is the same. I lip trill it up, and then I go outside and I breathe through my fucking nose. All right.
There you go, what's her name? Nancy? Francis.
Francis. All right. Subject: Russian leather and vanilla,
Oh yes.
aka Castorium. Hey guys, you guys still have the best podcast out there. I can't get enough. If I won a tenor, it would be my favorite thing to listen to.
I don't understand that. I'm a tenor. I like listening to us.
Because I think he would rather listen to his own voice. I think that's the joke. Tenor's a bunch of egotistical assholes, Mike. You should know that more than anybody else.
Oh, hallelujah. Excuse me.
Man, not right in the mic, dude. I mean, try to have
No,
a semblance of
I had
professionalism here.
I was looking up and it just came out.
All
Go.
right, keep doing what you do, and I will consume that shit like blow off a hooker's tits.
Nice. I love when people write in creative shit.
Yeah, people get crazy.
If you're gonna write in, try to put some pizzazz in it like this. It doesn't have to be blow on hookers' tits, but something a little funny. I love hearing that shit on the air.
So he sent us an article about castoreum, which if you don't remember what castoreum is, that's the secretion of a beaver's asshole that we use in like raspberry flavors and stuff.
Okay.
What episode did we talk about that on? Was that the drug episode, I think? No, that was the In Bala and Mascara. We talked about inviting them over for Fruit Loops, and then we somehow talked about like...
And then I remember you segueing to beaver's assholes.
Yeah,
and
but
I'm like, what the hell?
He sent us an article. It's real shit, Kay. If you don't know, look up...
I know, I looked it up.
Castoreum... Okay, they are like milking these beavers' buttholes to make like raspberry flavored stuff.
How do you can you imagine like a classic looking farmer with overalls going out with a bucket into the farm, and there's just this beaver sitting there, and he reaches under, puts the bucket there, and just it's
Yeah, I imagine like a little metal bucket,
a tiny little metal
and
bucket.
like a little stool that he sits on,
Yeah.
like a cow. Yeah, and then he just or maybe he like puts like in a reverse headlock, so he's got the beaver butt there, throws the tail over his shoulder, and then just like you're letting the air out of a balloon slowly.
And then he said,
You know what I mean?
That's it, Betsy.
Just the gentle pinch.
That's it, Betsy.
Well, these beavers haven't been given as much of that ass oil as they have. Gonna have to close down my whole beaver farm.
Yeah, the price of ass oil dropped dramatically due to government subsidies. It's crazy.
They got this artificial beaver asshole oil. All right, let's keep going. Oh, Francis is back.
Francis is back again. Hello,
Yeah,
Francis.
she's double dipping.
Francis.
Okay, she asked about preserving the cold. Yes, I have another thing I've been wondering about. After I audition for things, my gut instinct is to always email the person I've auditioned for and thank them for considering me and taking the time to hear my audition. My concern, though, is that it may come across as me trying too hard or somehow being passive-aggressive. Do you think it's a good idea to reach out and thank people after you audition, or do you think it could have a negative impact? Thank you. Thanking people after audition, Mike.
Oh, I don't know, dude. I don't know.
Is that a doorbell box? Do we have a doorbell down
I
here?
don't think so, dude.
Oh, okay.
Can you fucking concentrate a second? Thanking people.
This is the pot calling the kettle black. Jesus fucking Christ.
Okay, wait. So
Figgles McGiggles over
my
here.
question is: are you really thankful, or are you just hoping that little?
Of course, you're hoping.
Keeping-
No one's thankful.
Right. So yeah, because they try. If you're in America, they're
it's a
charging
game. It's a
you for it.
strategy. It's a strategy. Playing the game. I would say do it. I would say do it.
Yeah, but if everybody's doing it, then you're just one in a sea of thanks emails.
Yeah. So you think not thanking is going to make you stand out?
No, but if they're going based on it's not going to be like, who should we choose? You've got mail. Oh,
Yeah.
there you go.
No, I agree with that. I don't think thanking somebody will get you the gig, but what I have seen happen, and possibly has happened to me before, is they will fucking be like, Jared's not right for Escamillo. Fuck him, he's gone. Then you write them a week later a thank you email, and in that time something else has come up, and they're like, yeah, you know what? Sorry the Escamillo didn't work out, but could you cover this role? Sometimes you get like the scraps. You know what I mean? I don't see a downside to doing it. In Germany, it's definitely not a thing. Because it's.
I know. Oh man. Well, okay. I'll tell you my experience.
Well, also you
with
have
that.
an agent going between the theater.
Yeah, and
So I'm not going to write my agent a thank you letter for getting me an audition.
I contacted the theater just to say thank you for something, right? And my agent told me that was not advised. And I talked to the theater where I was currently working, and they're like, "No, that's not going to bother them that much." So there's a bit of disagreement, I guess.
Well, agents do not want you going. Agents do not want you talking to the theater directly for any fucking reason.
Right.
So they will definitely tell you not to do that. You know.
Right.
I don't know, man. I think it's not a bad idea. In Germany, yeah, you usually go through your agent, so there's not really the space to do that. But if they don't want to see it, they'll just fucking delete it. You know? Don't write a big fucking letter, but be like, hey, Jared Ice here. I was there on Friday. I sang this aria. You know, I just want to say thank you for the opportunity.
Yeah.
I hope you'll consider me.
Yeah.
You know? Slip a dick pic in there.
Nice. That'll do it.
I would say do it.
Not with my
I would say
dick
do
pic.
it because
Not my dick
it's
pic,
not
babe.
going to get you the gig, but possibly they'll remember you and maybe throw something else your way.
Right.
You know, thank them, but don't do too much. Just short and sweet.
Okay, listen.
What?
I've been trying to keep my mouth shut about this, but I can't.
What?
I can't, not 1 second longer. I can't listen to you say thank you one more time instead of the way it actually should be, which is thank you. Now listen, I might be wrong.
All right.
I clearly could be wrong.
No.
I would actually like to know.
I'm wrong. I'm wrong.
No. You could be right.
I don't.
I
think
would
so.
like to know.
I don't think it's right. But
What I want is I've got a homework assignment for anybody out there. Anybody who's particularly good at diction.
if I had internet, I would just look right now.
I want somebody to send me a source and an IPA transcription of the word thank you.
Yeah, I say
thank
thank
you.
you. I say thank you. Maybe
And
it's a regional thing.
I've made a thing about this in the past, or a thing about this in the past, but I'm just very curious now because
All
I've
right,
heard it
let's
too
get
many
into it.
times.
Let's
I'm
get
sorry,
into it.
dude.
Let's get into it. Michael Pegger, you
Yes.
got two things that you're always busting my balls about.
About thank you.
About thank you and thank you, and about me saying fewer or what's the other one? Less?
Less or less. Yeah, less
Like
or
there's,
fewer
there's
or
less people, but it's fewer people because it's accountable now.
Right.
So Mike has this one grammar thing he's busting
Right,
my
I know.
dick on.
I'm sorry.
And he's got one pronunciation thing he's always busting my balls on. But Mike's over here with his wild Pittsburgh accent, and I, until now, have been silent.
Give
Okay?
it to me. Give it to me, baby.
Why can't you say the L? You never say the L in words, Mike. You're like milk, and you're like people, and you never say people. I've never heard Mike say an L in my goddamn life.
Do you know, like, if I'm out with, like, if we're going on a hike or something, my father will be like, hey, let's go up a hill.
Yeah, hill, but it's not hill.
I know. Like I said, I'm open to
Can
this
someone
shit.
send IPA to me and tell me if the word hill has an L in it,
I'd be surprised if it does.
or
I'd
is
be
it
surprised.
or is it hill?
I'd be surprised if it does. Oh, man. I stepped into that one.
Yeah, you did.
I stepped right into
All
it.
right, this is
You
the
want
last one.
Beer
This-
number 2?
Did you mean to say that?
No.
All right, be fast.
Beer number 2.
Yeah, we got a mini fridge now, so the beers aren't so far away. Yeah, I guess it makes sense to move that thing into the studio at some point, so we don't have to make the trip. Is this the same brand, or what's going on here?
Same brand. We got the Steamworks Pale Ale this time.
Give me one of those. Give me one. Pale ale.
Pale.
Pale ale.
You got that pale ale? You ain't got no friggin' pale ale.
How would a Pittsburgh person say owl?
Yeah, ow.
And if you hurt yourself?
Ow.
Ow, that owl hurt me. All right.
There's it's actually pretty well known. It's called Yinzers in the Desert, because there was a guy, I can't remember the partner in this video series they do, but Alan Pariello. He's from Pittsburgh, and he had a colleague who's also from Pittsburgh, and they do a Pittsburgh accent all the time on there. They do these little skits, and it's you bring back Pittsburgh accent and you do a skit, and it became a little bit of a it's not like a viral sensation, but
Yeah.
I knew people were watching it.
They
So
got a little bit of a buzz.
if you guys are if Jens guys were listening out there, you got some users in Germany too.
Damn,
Good old friggin' Deutschland.
I always forget to play the just the tip music, and we're out of tips now.
What? We have no more tips.
I'm gonna play it anyway.
We have one more, right?
Well, we got one more drink submission.
Oh.
Just the tip, love.
Why did you decide to go Cockney?
I don't know, dude.
Why was that again?
I made this choice a while back that when I put things out in the world, I'm gonna say
the tip, love.
I'm not even gonna begin to second guess them. I'm gonna like.
No, it's a fine choice. It's a fine choice. I can't say anything against it, but it didn't have to be a Cockney accent.
What else could it have been?
Yeah, let's just play tip. Let's play just the tip.
Yeah, but that's creepy as fuck, man.
You don't think just the tip, having this beer-soaked or gin-soaked Cockney man saying, let's play just the tip. You don't think that's at all creepy?
It's just the tip, love. I think I think it's fine.
Like I tried to go with female-friendly
I
here.
tried a couple. I thought
no.
like, South Carolina maybe I could do
Like
something.
what?
Oh, like let me think of my voice teacher. Like just the tip in your blip. Like it would have to rhyme. They're always rhyming shit down there somehow. Just the nip of the tip. Anyway, I don't know.
the nip of the
This is
tip.
going
I
a weird
like it.
direction. All right, so Papagaynos hasn't had any fucking airtime for a while, but back in the day we created this bar called Papagaynos. And
knows.
you can submit your drink ideas, and boom, we got one from Hannah. Il Commendatore comes to dinner. Okay,
Nice.
Guarantee.
Is that the title of it? That's the name of it?
Yeah,
Nice.
that's the name of the drink, and we're gonna make this and drink this, by the way. But we'll have to do it with a guest or something. I don't know. We'll do it.
We'll find it. Time.
Yeah, she's got a little variable in here, a little advertisement. Guaranteed to feel icy cool and also burn like hell. It will fuck you up and it won't taste good, but you're no coward, right? It's good, man. That's a good intro.
Also, great. She should be a copywriter.
Yeah, that's good.
I know that term now because I just finished Mad Men the other day, the series.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, just finished it.
How many seasons are there?
7.
Mad Men.
Creepy Mad Men.
Yeah, it's good. Fucking Mad Men. I watched like 4 episodes of that. You ready?
Do you think they intended, the person who wrote that theme, intended people to say Mad Men with it? It fits
I
perfectly.
honestly don't know because back in composition, I remember, I don't know where I picked that trick up. It must have been taught me at some point, but I do that.
You do?
Like I will write lyrics to things that don't have lyrics.
Yeah.
Because speech patterns, like if you say something like, and that's why if you have a German opera and an English opera, you can't translate the words. You know what I mean? Because it's like speech patterns. The difference between like, I don't know. Give me a sentence. Like
He
fell down the stairs, right? That has to have the rhythm.
We're going there. Wir gehen dahin.
Yeah, but not just syntax stuff. I mean, just like even in English, the difference between like he tripped, he tripped while walking down the stairs. That rhythm has to be da da ba da 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 ba.
Yeah.
You can't have ba 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 ba, right? He tripped while walking down the stairs. You can't do that, right? But if you said like he fell down the stairs, da 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 da, you have to have da da. You have to have a long one,
Right.
Because fell is a short vowel,
Sound
and
like
this
you're
stuff
writing
matters.
jazz.
No, you know, but I really do think about words, and then I write a melody, and they must do the same thing. So I wouldn't be surprised if he was like, the show's called Mad Men, and he was like, Mad Men, Mad. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
I wouldn't. The point is, people really do that
I think they did it with Game of Thrones. With the Dinklage, Peter Dinklage, Peter Dinklage, Peter Dinklage.
Like, throne of power, something. I think people do it. I think people do it. Mix. Okay, so this is the.
Oh yeah. Read it again one more time and give me a second run on that. Your reading was great.
Your
reading was
you
great.
want like an energy drink
Can I try
commercial
one?
or something like that.
Can I try one?
Well, let me get one, and then you get one. All right.
Well, you already had one.
Well, I was just reading it.
Okay.
I didn't give a read. Okay, we're
go.
doing some voiceover stuff. Okay. This is the Il Commendatore comes to dinner. Okay. Guaranteed to feel icy cool and also burn like hell. It will fuck you up and won't taste good, but you're no coward, right? That's my energy drink.
Wow.
Monster Jam voiceover.
I don't know what I can do other than that. That was really, really good.
Monster Jam. That was the March Madness voiceover.
That's about That's about right.
Yeah. You could do one. You just got to go another direction with it.
I don't know which direction I would go. I'm reading it here, and I'm just hearing your voice in my head all the time.
Sorry.
Good job, dude.
I should let you go first.
Good job, dude.
Can you do a Pittsburgh version of it? I'll give you some music.
No, that's not Pittsburgh.
That was
music.
Pittsburgh music, man.
What the fuck are you talking about? Anyway,
Well,
listen.
Okay.
Hey, it's drink's guaranteed to feel real friggin' icy cold. Burn like hell too. It will fuck you up. And it won't taste that, or it'll taste good too. So, but you ain't no jag off, right?
When I think of Pittsburgh, I think of those like horses that are like an upside down U shape.
I don't think anybody in the universe knows what the fuck you're talking about right now. Upside down U shape.
Well, I guess it's not upside down. It's just a U shape. Never mind.
Horses in a U shape.
Yeah, like in a cartoon where they got those donkeys that like it fucking hangs down.
Why? Why would you think of that?
Because when I lived in Pittsburgh, I lived in the Mexican war streets.
Awesome neighborhood.
Yeah, and it kind of had that vibe.
What?
Yeah.
I don't get it, but okay, go for it.
Did I ever talk? I don't know if I talked about the podcast.
We'll talk about it some other time. Go. Get through the drink. What's in it?
Oh.
We did the plug too
Did
many
I tell you about
times.
this guy that I lived with that he didn't have a garbage can?
No, you did. You might as well. You're in for a penny, in for a pound.
Okay,
dude.
no,
Tell it.
okay. No, here we go. So the drink is mix equal parts Fireball whiskey, black Sambuca, and espresso with ice and strain. Layer absinthe on top and light on fire. Throw in a pinch of cinnamon for some fun and dangerous drag Giovanni to hell type pyrotechnic sparkles. So the cinnamon, then once it's on fire, you throw the cinnamon on, and then it'll make some like sparkles.
Oh yeah.
So hold up, we got Fireball whiskey, Sambuca, espresso. So the Fireball is going to be fiery. The Sambuca, I guess, is going to be the cool part with the espresso and ice because it's a cold drink, and then absinthe on top and fire.
Whew.
It's probably pretty good.
Whew.
This is like, like just when you make like a pizza, it's like you throw enough fucking cheese and meat on there. It's going to be fucking good.
Whew.
You're just taking all the good alcohol and putting it together.
Yep.
That's it.
Good for you. Thank you, Hannah.
No, we'll
We're
drink
doing
that.
it.
We'll do it. But okay, Fireball whiskey, Sambuca, absinthe. You can buy small versions of all that, right? I'm not trying to break the bank.
Yeah, that sounds. You were going for the hell. You weren't going for. I don't see the dignified father who's getting revenge. I see the hell. I see the hellfire in that one, which that's a good way to go.
Okay.
No criticism here.
Yes. Okay. So yeah, because you went all hell with it, but no dad figure.
Well, I mean,
what would you put in there then? What are dads drinking?
dads are drinking.
I mean, the Fireball whiskey's good, but
Fireball whiskey's not dad. Normal whiskey is dad.
Yeah.
A Scotch is dad.
Yeah.
A vodka
Dark
is
beer.
dad.
Not being around at my baseball games, dad.
Oh.
Not coming to my piano recital is dad.
Oh god. Why'd you become a fucking opera singer?
Yeah.
Shit.
The glass is empty. What are you fucking talking about? Anyway, so we're caught up on questions. Everyone who wrote us, I'm sorry that
How much time do we have?
Took so long. We're at 43 minutes, my man.
We got some time to fill, baby.
Why don't you wear an undershirt?
I don't know. I just never. And I buy these really, really fucking thin shirts, so my shirts always kind of look a little pink.
Oh my god.
Nah, yeah.
Anyway, so we got caught up on questions, man. That's good. I hope you guys write us some more. What else you want to say to the people, Mike?
I'm just happy to be in this studio finally.
Yeah.
Happy to have a place that's not a basement. The basement was completely functional. We did a whole damn year in that basement. Well, the first couple, I listened to like the Tosca one. We did up in Jack's room, remember? Because he was sick that day.
Through season 1, we were all over the place. We were in my place, your place, upstairs, downstairs, basement.
I like having it here.
We almost had to do one in a car once.
What? I don't remember that.
When we were camping, we had this podcast, and we really try not to miss like a release date, And we're like, we'll just do it in the car.
We try very hard to not miss release dates. For real.
But the studio's good. We're gonna build like an actual little recording room. We got it half done.
So we got the room, like the main room, and then there's a nook.
Yeah.
That's about what did we say here? 3 meters by 3 meters almost.
Yeah, I don't know what
Something
that is
like
in
that?
feet, but it's like 12 by 12 feet or something.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's big enough for a table and some
Well,
guests
3
and
meters
all
is
of our
9, so
equipment.
9 feet by 9 feet, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, and we're gonna box this off, and then with the rest of the room, we're gonna put up like a filming area where we can film stuff. Because Mike and I have all these fucking plans for stuff to film, but you know when you're depending on
And
weather,
our dream is a green screen.
we're gonna the weird shit we got planned.
Shit.
You people can't imagine the weird shit we're gonna unleash into the world.
The stuff that I'll send Jared and he'll send me the ideas. But I don't know if you're quite as shocked by the things that I send as you. If you're quite as shocked by the things that I send as I am by the things that you send me, dude. The ideas that you send me, sometimes I'm like, who the fuck am I in business with now?
Dude,
who the fuck is this person?
I had an idea this morning that it's gonna be weird as fuck if we do it.
I can't wait, but I love weird shit.
Yeah.
I love
I'll
weird
tell you after
shit.
the podcast. I'd put it out in the world, but I don't want to like then under deliver or not deliver on it. So
Right.
we got a big list of shit. But anyway, so we're gonna make a film studio over there, and then we got a whole other room across the hall that's also ours.
That's all merchandise.
That's all like the warehouse for the merch, which we're getting going. We made our first order, so it's gonna be launching here real soon.
Real soon. We keep saying that. We keep saying that on these podcasts. Actually, by the time this one comes out, it might be launched.
I really hope so. Because we want to do it right, and to do it right when you're dealing with like taking payments and merchandise and stuff, it's fucking hard.
We don't want you guys to be inconvenienced with it. We want you to be able to pay as easily as possible and get your shit as easily as possible, and that's going to happen.
Want it to be good, but over there we're also gonna make a boom boom room. So
Oh yeah,
making a
Place
room,
where we can.
making a room we can be loud as fucking. Because when we make these videos, you know, we're gonna have to record the music and stuff first.
Yeah, for the mini operas, you mean?
Yeah. So all that stuff. So we have to record the music in the boom boom room. Then we come over here and do a
Which you can see
voiceover.
how we did it last time. If you're well, actually, you can only see if you're a secret sponsor.
Right.
If you're a sponsor on Patreon, then you get access to the secret sponsor section.
Yeah.
And we did a recording session video of us doing the
Wishbone.
Wishbone, the Thanksgiving episode.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, man, the whole dream, the SDAO dream, is possible because of these sponsors. I know it sounds like PBS. It sounds like
forgot about
PBS to
PBS.
you guys. It sounds like we're trying to do like a fucking fundraiser drive. But the only reason we talk about stuff like this so much is because these guys are actually coming through to us. We have a studio now because of these sponsors.
Yeah, it's amazing.
We're able to get equipped. We're able to take some time off of work and go towards these things, you know? I'm able to justify the hours and hours of time it takes in because of these people. They've really, really made it possible. And if you guys want to add to something that is really, really something new in the opera world, this is not a bad way to do it.
Yeah, think about it. And you can always contact us if you have questions. We've had people who want to have a little bit back and forth before they make the commitment. Do it. We're happy to talk to you. And it's helping us do these projects, which also by the time this airs, I very much hope that our live stuff is starting to get out there in the world. We have all these live events we've been doing, which of course take time and planning and equipment and energy and stuff. But we're really trying to show that aspect of opera houses and stuff that makes us so excited. And some of the stuff we've been doing, like on the stage, backstage, like meeting people and looking at these props and stuff, it's cool. And again, though, impossible without somebody. You know, we need that fucking gimbal.
Man, that gimbal's great.
If you guys don't know what a gimbal is, you can put your cell phone on this thing, and then you can set it to rotate. It stabilizes so it doesn't look like you're holding the cell phone in your camera.
Right.
And you can shoot some professional stuff still using your cell phone, not having to invest in a camera.
Definitely. Dude, I cannot wait to get the intro to the Huzalka.
Yeah, Mike and I did
live.
some weird shit this morning.
Oh my God, was it fun?
And we kept you got no shame, man. You kept the windows wide open, and your neighbors probably saw all that stuff we were doing.
I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
I don't. I mean, I think this podcast basically proves that I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck about what people were thinking about me.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, I kind of do.
Yeah.
I kind of do, but I'm a weird guy, and if people know that I'm a weird guy, that's fine with
Just
me.
gotta be honest about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Why not?
Do you remember that apartment in Oldenburg I used to have on Blumenstrasse on Flower Street? It had this huge open window that faced a busy street, and for the first 2 months, I was really self-conscious of what I was doing in there. And then you can't care that much. No one, everybody. Eventually, you just have that window open. You start living your life. You're standing there in your underwear, eating Cheerios, looking at you, and you're just like, what? These are my nips.
Which is kind of counter German. Germans care about privacy.
Oh yeah. They're not doing this, which is fucking weird, right? Because they're the ones that are okay with being naked at the sauna,
right?
Here's my dick. What's your problem? But then as soon as I walk in front of a window with my shirt off, people are like, "What are you doing?" The neighbors can see.
Do you know what?
Dick in the sauna, okay. Shirtless in your own apartment, not okay.
Right.
That's Germany, baby.
And I wonder, dude. I wonder about the whole fucking thing sometimes. It's weird. Some of the little rules are weird. The fucking Ruhezeit is too much sometimes.
They got too many damn rules.
You can't even be normal opera singer speaking loud sometimes.
Yeah. I know.
I mean, it's not that extreme. Like I try to not give a fuck about it. But the other thing is chewing gum. Did you know Germans have a big thing about chewing gum?
Yeah, what?
They just fucking hate it. They think it's so rude. I don't want to see you digesting.
Yeah.
And I'm like, are you inside my intestine? Would you like to see my digestion?
Sorry to burst your bubble.
Would you like to see the fucking product of it? And I poop in my hand and I throw it.
Jesus Christ. We're all digesting right now.
We're all monkeys in the end,
No, it's funny because when you first move to a foreign country, and I'm sure a lot of you have gone through this, everybody notices the same shit in the beginning. You know what I mean? The strong differences between German and American culture are very obvious, and it's almost obsessive that you have to talk about it your first couple of years.
Yeah.
But then if you live here for as long as Mike and I have, you start to see other things.
Yeah.
And they piss you off more, Like Germans hate vitamins. I don't know why. Dude, I'm in front of people all the time, and I'll take a multivitamin, or I'll put one of those fizzy capsules in my drink, and people was like, why would you do that? Why don't you just eat some broccoli or fruits?
They say that to you?
Dude, so much. It's not a one-time thing. This happens to me almost every week. People are like, why the fuck would you take a multivitamin?
And why the fuck don't you mind your own fucking business?
They hate the multivitamin, man.
I don't get it, dude. Well, when I got sick, I went to
fake, man.
I went to the they.
Why don't I eat fruit? Because I'm gonna get fat as fuck, okay?
They don't. They think it's fake, but then you go to the fucking apotheca. What's it called? The pharmacist. And I was getting a common cold, and they're like, "Well, yeah, you can try to fight." And I was desperate. I just wanted to not be sick for this performance. And they gave me this pack, this fucking pack, a huge box of these vitamins, these shots. It would be a shot of this stuff that tasted like 1,000 different fruits combined into one tiny vial, and then some pills on top. It made my piss neon. Yeah, I'm not even
glowing
kidding.
in the dark.
Glowing in the dark, neon yellow.
Jesus.
I was like, what the hell is going on? And it's because and the reason is when your body can only take so much vitamin C.
Yeah.
And the rest is just completely discarded by the body.
Yeah, of course.
And then it turns your piss neon yellow.
Yeah, that's like when you're trying to take those packs that get the THC out of your system if you got a drug test,
Okay.
Got to get that neon piss. You know what? You just made me realize, though, I bet it's not so much the vitamins as much if you can just buy it at the supermarket, then they think it's bullshit. Because in Germany, medicine that is available to the public is separated. You have to go to a pharmacy. It's not like America where you can go to a CVS or you can go to a fucking whatever.
Yeah, you can't get aspirin. You can't get ibuprofen here.
No, you can't get ibuprofen where you buy your food.
Right.
You have to go to a separate fucking place to get headache medicine or to get cold medicine.
Yep.
Only very basic things like these multivitamin things are available in a supermarket. Maybe that's more the problem.
Maybe.
Because Germans, they really like if you're a singer.
They like things to be official.
Well, they like these Fächer. They like these Fach. These Fachs, you would say, but Fächer is the
plural.
Okay, but it's you hear it with voices. Anyone listening to this probably knows that. What type of baritone are you? You are the wrong type of baritone to sing this. That's a big part of German opera houses. Right. That's a big part of German culture, okay? You buy an apartment out here, the kitchen is going to have a fucking door most of the time, Right. This is where we cook, this is where we sleep, this is where we eat, and then the beds are split down the middle, 2 mattresses, this is where I sleep, this is where we fuck, okay? The shower head, okay?
The fuck bed.
Detachable. They like things separate, man, which sometimes I like. Like the bed thing. The bed thing is totally practical for sleeping, right?
Yes. I'm sorry, I just got really good news, and
What?
it's SDAO related.
Is it?
Our posters are ready to pick up, baby.
Okay.
This is the announcement. It's right around the corner, baby. You want that opera is my fetish
Poster.
poster? It's here. It's ready to go.
Well, hopefully it's shit by the time to get this. Anyway, I think we've reached the extent of Mike's attention span. So, listen, we had to record this out of order, but next podcast, we're back and we're going to hit the ground running. We got some exciting stuff planned.
We got some good guests, baby.
And take care of yourself. We'll see you.